Hey everyone, Nuzley here, and today we're back with another YouTube video. Today we have Godzilla from the Heisei and the 2017 onwards movie series. Obviously it's slightly composite, but we're taking the two of the most powerful live action versions of Godzilla and putting them up against Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga, more specifically Vegeta in his Ozaru form. If you enjoyed this video, dislike and subscribe. This is also a collaboration with the boss of Random, he'll be in the link in the description. And yeah, let's just get into this video.
Hey, what's going on, gamers? It's me, Boss from Random, back again for another bangin' Nuzlite video, as the kids say. And, so Godzilla, his strength and attack potency with the red spiral beam, which he inherited from Rodan. Thank you, Rodan. He completely destroyed Gorath, which, bare minimum, could destroy a planet if it collided with it. Just collided with it. Not even just using its power, but if just collided with it. So bare minimum is planet level. He also fought Space Godzilla. Now, obviously not by himself, but he still fought Space Godzilla and was able to take hits from Space Godzilla, who has the literal power. His crystals are literal powers powered by black holes. So every time he hits you, it's the equivalent of getting hit with at least one black hole. I'm assuming there's multiple just because it says powered by black holes, not black hole. So, yikes.
As for Vegeta, in his base form he's been shown destroying planets with two fingers, and also in his fight with Goku has been shown or stated capable of destroying the planet. And of course in his Ozaru form it's a 10 times multiplier. So in order to find out how powerful Ozaru Vegeta is, we have to do some scaling and maths from the lesser characters. So Piccolo, with weighted clothing on at the start of the series in the Raditz Saga, destroyed the moon with just a regular ki blast, and this is actually a planet level feat because, well, yes, you could say it's just moon busting. The shockwaves from the blast could be felt on Earth, and so because of that it would calculate out to 4.82 yotatons of TNT. And now if we input the proper multipliers to get from Piccolo's power level of 322 to Ozaru Vegeta's power level of 180,000, 2.69, nice, ninetons of TNT. However, we can go one step further with this. Prince Vegeta, of course, his dad is King Vegeta, and King Vegeta destroyed 3 planets with a swipe of his hand. And, this would then calculate out to 54 ninetons of TNT. And then you can input multipliers from there to get Vegeta's power level. However, we don't have an official power level for King Vegeta. We know that he is roughly stronger than Bardock, who had a power level of around 10,000. So you could say for a lowball that he has got a power level of 10,000. And so inputting the proper multipliers to then get, to Ozaru Vegeta, then you would have around 971 ninetons of TNT. Now that might sound crazy considering this is the Saiyan Saga where everyone's portrayed as a planet buster. However, this also doesn't make too little sense considering he has the same power level as Captain Ginyu, who is the strongest, soldier in the Frieza Force. So yeah, Vegeta is around that level. So for who's more powerful, if you go just by the calcs, Ozaru Vegeta would be over 10 times more powerful than Godzilla. However, considering the fact they fought Space Godzilla, who's literally powered by black holes, Godzilla would have been more powerful, considering how Vegeta at best is small star level, whereas black holes, eat large stars. So yeah, this point goes to Godzilla.
In terms of speed feats, we all know Godzilla is a little clumsy, a little slow. But he did technically dodge lightning from Ghidorah, which is real natural lying, which puts him about 270,000 miles per hour. The atomic breath travels around 235,000 miles per hour, which puts it just at a little bit slower than the actual lightning that Ghidorah shoots. But Godzilla has been shown to dodge this before, which it doesn't stay on par with his... I guess his moving speed and reaction speed are two different things, because Godzilla has been known to be quite slow. But he can react to stuff pretty fast if he needs.
As for speed, we can scale from Piccolo's moon busting, or more likely planet busting power that has been displayed, and input the multipliers that we put in for the attack potency for here, since it's the same multiplier for that too. So Piccolo destroyed the moon at 0.18 times the speed of light, so relativistic. And so inputting the proper multipliers, you'd easily have Vegeta in his Ozaru form at 71 times the speed of light. So I think it's pretty clear that Ozaru Vegeta has the speed advantage over Godzilla.
We all know that he took bombs that were continental. He took an oxygen destroyer, which is literally made to kill any living thing. As long as it has oxygen in its body, which every living thing does, to breathe, you need to have oxygen. Literally something that could break his molecules down inside of his body could not kill this dude. He took hits from Space Godzilla, as previously explained, is powered by multiple black holes, and Space Godzilla literally destroys planets for fun and conquers galaxies. So that puts him minimum, I would say, around solar system level in terms of durability, just because of how insane Space Godzilla is. And it's not like he went on a 1v1 with Space Godzilla, but still being able to take those hits from Space Godzilla proves that he still has that durability and stuff to keep up with Space Godzilla. And keep in mind, the average black hole is 3 to 5 times as dense as our sun. Yes, I said it, our sun. 3 to 5 times as dense, and he's getting hit with multiple of those each time Space Godzilla shoots his atomic breath at Godzilla.
In terms of durability for Ozaru Vegeta, it should be the same as attack potency, as that's how Ki in Dragon Ball works. He also has his Ki shield as well, which is as powerful as his durability, so there's not really much to see here. So going by what we've shown, Space, or rather just Godzilla, would be more powerful and more durable than Ozaru Vegeta.
So we all know Godzilla's infamous ability, his atomic breath, his red spiral particle beam. He can negate regeneration, can resist extreme heat, can create cell clones of itself. He has force field creation, limited plant manipulation, regeneration, and limited telepathy. Godzilla himself, in fact, can emit nuclear energy from every inch of his body. Keep in mind, Godzilla is about 100 meters in the Heisei area, and that would mean that 3,937 inches of him can emit nuclear energy at any given time, and he's used this before actually to kill Orga in, I don't actually remember the movie, but you know he uses it to kill Orga. So let's go ahead and talk about Godzilla's regeneration for a bit. At the end of Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, giant monsters all out attack. I know, that's a mouthful right there. After Godzilla was pretty much killed and his only remaining part was his beating heart laying down on the ocean floor, he regenerated from that. He built a new body just from his beating heart. And it really suggests that that's how he was able to survive the Oxygen Destroyer, because he can regenerate on a cellular level. As long as there's a single amino acid in his body, he could regenerate.
As for Vegeta, he also has resistance to extreme temperatures, as shown when he's survived in the vacuum of space, even though Saiyans can't breathe in the vacuum of space. We'll get onto that. He has his infamous Gallic gun, which he can also use in his Ozaru form. He can fly, but it's unknown whether he can in his Ozaru form. He could obviously do it in his base, but it is kind of unknown if he can in his, Great Ape form. He can sense where people are, so even if you're hiding, you can't hide from him for long. And he also is a fantastic martial artist, as shown when he's even bested Goku in fights. So for who has the better abilities and for who is more versatile, I think it's quite obvious that Godzilla is than to Vegeta. Since, well, Vegeta being able to sense where people are and possibly being able to fly can give him the advantage over Godzilla, but with Godzilla's regeneration and with the fact that he can also fire energy beams much like Vegeta can, then Godzilla has the advantage here. In terms of fighting style, I think it's obvious that Vegeta has this, though, considering that he keeps his fighting style's a little bit more clunky when he transforms, but he is still roughly there. Meanwhile, Godzilla, of course, as we've already been shown, is kind of clumsy. So, yeah, abilities and techniques point goes to Godzilla, but the fighting style would go to Vegeta.
Godzilla's weaknesses is obvious. He's very clumsy at times, even though he's got better in the Heisei area, I'd say. But he's still Godzilla. He's still a clumsy little, big, tall lizard boy. And also, when you destroy one of his dorsal fins, it will knock out his force field permanently.
As for Vegeta's weakness, he's quite arrogant and prideful this part of the story. However, his biggest weakness is his tail. You see, if his tail is cut off or destroyed, then he will revert back into his base state, which is 10 times weaker and 10 times slower than normal. So, yeah, in terms of who has the worst weakness, it is definitely Vegeta. So who wins the fight? I think it's quite clear and obvious who does, but as we've drawn from our conclusions, we know that Godzilla is more durable, more powerful, more versatile, has the better abilities and is less vulnerable. Meanwhile, Ozaru Vegeta is faster and has a better fighting style, so I think it is kind of clear to see who wins the fight. Does Ozaru Vegeta have a chance? Yeah, he very much does, considering Godzilla is very clumsy and his fighting style is much better, and considering how much faster he is than Godzilla, he could definitely give Godzilla a good fight, especially considering that even if he were to be reduced to his base state, he would still be faster than Godzilla. And adding in the fact that he can fly, it would, it could, he could deal some significant damage to Godzilla. However, he doesn't really have a good way of putting Godzilla down. The main way of dealing with enemies that can regenerate within Dragon Ball is just being able to evaporate every last cell of them. However, Godzilla's regeneration and durability is so much higher than Vegeta's attack potency that he wouldn't be able to do much to him, and adding on the force field creation, he would just have a harder time. Now, Godzilla, of course, his attack potency already is much higher than Vegeta's durability, but all he needs to do is to get his atomic breath on Vegeta's tail, and then he would just be 10 times weaker, and then he really has no hope of winning. Also, to keep into consideration, Vegeta needs to have a moon, or a fake moon, up present while he is in his Ozaru form. Well, yes, it is quite easily worked around. When it stops being nighttime, he can just create his own artificial moon and then just continue fighting. It does eventually run out, so the fight would eventually get to the point where either Vegeta would tire himself out to the point where Godzilla would be able to hit him, or he would again tire himself out but would also transform into back into his base state. So yeah, Godzilla wins the fight. If you enjoy this video, dislike and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Shout out to the boss of Random, he'll be in the link in the description, and I will see you next time.